Take this. Good morning. We've been invited onto Lawrence's boat, which was a hurricane damaged catamaran. Lost it, like demasted itself, fell down on top of his bridge deck here and cracked it, so it's got a few sort of freshwater leaks going through there. But yeah, it's in pretty good condition. We bought it down in the Bahamas, just sailed over here last night, so he's pulled into the area here. Seems like, I mean, this area is pretty good. This is Sylvia Lake, I believe. I've only been here 4 days, day 4. Sylvia Lake, and this is a Lucille Ball inspired area, which I think is kind of cool. I always liked her anyway, wacky lady. Great place to come if you're coming out cruising, you want to sort of grab some supplies. I think this would be the place to come because it's quiet. It's, you know, you're surrounded by $100 million. Some of the boats are worth $20 million. Anyway, you're surrounded by this really good neighborhood. Everything's pretty safe. It's not too busy. You know, see this, and this is like weeks before the boat show. I dare say that next month this place will be packed. But in general, if you want to come here, this is a great place to anchor up because you've got the town is just through that bridge over there, across the main waterway. You pop in there, you've got the raw bar, which is $10 dinghy fee that you get refunded if you buy any food or a beer or whatever, which is kind of cool. And then just within walking distance, you've got hardware stores, you've got TJ Maxx if you want to get some good quality sort of cheap clothing. You've got all the food stores around here, which are all pretty reasonable. You've got Yanmar dealerships, which are literally, you know, like 5 minutes on an Uber ride. Yanmar dealerships, they've got like the sailboat yard, which is like the second-hand boat salvage yard, so you can go in there and find out bits and pieces. Our gas hob wasn't working. All the knobs and everything had stopped working, and we went and had a look around there and we found exactly the same one with everything working for $125. This is the Sailorman, the second-hand store that you can find here in Fort Lauderdale. It's a short walk away from the jetty.
That's it.
Yeah, it's easy to get to. You can get here by Uber in 3 or 4 minutes.
5 blocks from the biggest West Marine on the planet.
Exactly, just around the corner. This place is a sailor's paradise. It's well stocked, lots and lots of very good bargains, excellent bargains. We spent a fortune here in the last 3 days.
New, used, surplus, salvage.
That's right. And how long have you owned this place, sir?
I've owned it since January 1st, 1985. Dave here, who's been with me for 30 years, and he's our special order captain and does a tremendous amount of business, high ticket stuff. I'm just a schlep. I wander around here trying to keep everybody in line. That's about it.
Yeah. So what do? You find like boats that are being dismantled, or
people find us.
Right.
We don't have the insurance to go out and collect it ourselves, so we have people, I would say at least 3 or 4 people a day. Probably that's more like 6 or 8 people.
Right.
Bringing in one item to truckloads.
If you've got extra stuff, you can bring it here. These guys will cash it in for you.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Either
that's
consign it or buy it outright, depending on the deal.
Tour of this place today, and I had a look round, and you got some amazing stuff. So yeah, I will do a big blog on it, and I'll definitely be directing
get
people
with
back
Dave
here.
or myself, and we'll make sure you get the best prices, because as I often said, the only thing firm at Sailorman are my biceps.
At the moment, I'm still settling in. It's like day 4. But yeah, we've been shopping, just so when we get to the Bahamas, that we don't need to think about, you know, epoxy resins, fiberglass, rollers, but any of that sort of stuff. I bought all the full service kit for both Yanmar engines, GM30s, and I've got, what else did I get? Oh yeah, I've got all the sail drive, seal repair kits, and yeah, everything that I can possibly think that I need. I mean, luckily enough, I did a spreadsheet before I left Australia, sometime last year when I was buying the boat on, and I've kept that. So I was looking through the Excel spreadsheet the other day and found everything that I needed to buy for it, which was cool. And that's all I could do for now. But look, we're only 10 hours away from the Bahamas to here. So the worst thing that could happen is that, you know, we get on Blue Oasis and we sail back here and pick up some more bits and pieces and sail back off there. I mean, it's only a 2-day stint, but it could be quite lucrative, especially with that second-hand sell yard, sell boat, man, sell something like that. We've got to go there again anyway, so I'll film it and you can see what it's called. Yeah, so that's wakey time. I need to finish off my coffee. The boys on the deck talking boats and fixing boats at Florence, but yeah, seems like a cool guy. Weston's really sorted us out, the guy at the back there with the stripy t-shirt. He's been on and off 25 years around this area sailing. He's an old salt, and yeah, he took us into West Marine the other day and we bought a load of Dyneema and bits and pieces, and yeah, we got a whole roll of 16mm Dyneema coming up soon, and we got 50% off with his trade discount, so it was a huge impact on the bill. So I'd like to thank him very much for that. Yeah, good man. If you ever come across Weston in these waters around here, I think he's actually going to join us and come to Marsh Harbour, sail behind us, which would be really cool. But yeah, if you ever do come across that man, just say a big hello to him from me. Yeah, he's been a diamond. We had a good chat the other night. I went over to his boat the other night and swam over there, and I tried to swim back, but the current was too strong, so I ended up spending like a little bit longer there. We had a few coffees and had a long chat about everything, and yeah, this guy knows his stuff. So if you're stuck in trouble or you need some help or any advice for anything, like, go and see him, go and knock on his hull and say hello. Weston, good man. I'll interview him anyway, so you can say hello to him. Okay, I'm gonna go. Laters. Hi, good afternoon. Alright, so this segment is going to be about the things that I can't live without and what I've found to be indispensable this week. And the number one item for this week is, it's not very macho, it's a little bit flouncy, let's say. And you know, sometimes guys, we've got to drop our man pants a little bit and just accept the fact that some things are just, they look a bit strange. They don't sound too good, but at the end of the day they work perfectly, and that's the results we're after. So this week, I'm hesitant to say, it's the simple body puff, right? So this little body puff here, this shower puff, this body scrub, this bath scrub, whatever you want to call it. Okay, I know it's not very much, but at the end of the day, this is the only thing that has worked for me this week at getting rid of suntan lotion, insect repellent, grease, grime, dirt, sand, fiberglass, metal shavings, everything. You know, like sometimes you just want to go to bed and, you know, just like relax and be clean. You know, you want to get into bed a little sticky and dirty from a day's work in the sun. So this thing is amazing. And so it can hold a lot of lathers. We get it all loaded up. We don't have much water on the boat, so lots of water we do have is quite precious. And also it's fresh water, so all our showers are all fresh water. So it's really precious to us. You know, we'd rather drink it than bathe in it. So the idea is that you soak this up, you get a good scrub on, clean everything off, rinse it all away, clean this up, more soap, do it again, bang, you're clean. And you know, it uses next to no water at all, so that's a good thing. It's light, it's compact, it's easy to pack, it's inexpensive, and yeah, this week this is hands down the winner. I mean, this is an incredible piece of kit. So if you're going cruising, if you're going anywhere, grab one of these things. They're indispensable. I love it, and you know, maybe I'll put it on my pillow at night or something. Sleep with it tonight, give it a little coat. I'm only kidding with you, this is bloody good. So go out, go, say that this is my #1 find of the week. So until next week, goodbye.
Up, we on the way. Get ready for liftoff. We in your face. Friend or foe, I don't know. Nobody safe. Only the strong survive. Are you out of place? Don't matter when or beginner, because we coming to finish up. Replenish up, be gone before dinner's done. Move quicker, be the next meal. Cause you can't be caught if you don't stand still.